In this video, we are going to be covering the sources of combat speed and discuss the best ways to get a lot of speed so that you can start winning many battles. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Also, if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can save a lot of money when you make in-game purchases by getting some amazing cashbacks each time you purchase anything. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. This is a video that is going to be talking about combat speed. It's a question I get asked very often and there's a lot of sources of combat speed that keep coming out. So when people ask me, I wish I had the most up-to-date version to share to them, and that's what this video is all about. First thing to note, a lot of people have very strong accounts but they're not focusing on their speed, and that really impacts their strength. I think everyone should know that speed is very, very important and you should not compromise on it, because in particular, if you have a class like shooter, you definitely want to go first, because if you're fighting an enemy squad that has more speed than you, they can hit your shooters really hard. And you know what? That applies to pretty much all classes. If you're a guardian main and you're fighting a shooter and you just so happen to have more speed than them, well, you're gonna be hitting their squad really hard before they even get to touch you. So one of the best ways, in my opinion, to know how to get a lot of speed is always to go to the strongest player in your server range, hit them, and then take a look at their total attributes, and you're gonna get a pretty nice list of the places where you can get combat speed from. That's the easiest way to actually keep track of the sources of combat speed. So let's do that here. I attacked Ukron. You can see we got a pretty nice list. Evolution Meteorite, Evolution itself, Insect, Cell bonuses, Gene, Germ, Fungi, Soldier Reform, VIP exclusive bonus, and Mutation buff. Let's go into these one by one. Evolution Meteorite, that was 200, and that's basically 50 into 4. And you are getting it in each of these 4 different evolutions. So going to Pioneer, you can see that at level 3, you are getting 50 combat speed. At level 1, which also costs 50 lava core, it's 15. Level 2 also costs 50 lava core, it's 15 more. Level 3 also costs 15 lava core, that gives you 20. Sum that up. At level 3, you're looking at 50 combat speed. Moving after that, you don't actually get more speed. So you want to make sure you get this to level 3 as soon as possible. Now it's costing lava cores, as I showed you. The one thing I want you to note is that Explorer Evolution also costs lava cores and the same amount. And the interesting thing is the combat speed comes in the exact same way. Look, I'm level 2, I have 30. That's because level 1 gave me 15, level 2 gave me another 15. Level 3 is a bigger jump. It gives 20. That's why, for everyone to note, you want to try to get to level 3 on one of them first before you jump to the other one. Because if you have 150 lava core and you put all of that in one of them, let's say Pioneer Evolution, you get 50 combat speed. But if you happen to split up the 150 between Explorer and Pioneer, you're going to have 45. 5 combat speed makes a very large difference because you only need one more than the enemy and you get to hit first. So do not split your lava cores or the other cores that we're going to get to within 2 different evolutions until you've gotten one of them to level 3. Jumping over to the Trailblaze evolution, same thing here. Level 3 got me 50. Everything is exactly the same, just that now we're talking Brachia cores. And then Conqueror, same thing here. Look, level 1, 15, level 2 gives 30. And as you can imagine, I focused on getting one of them to level 3 before I even touched this one. So now I'm going to get this to 2, then 3. I do want to mention something here. The Brachia cores, of course, you are getting them from the tasks that you're doing here, but you should also consider purchasing the $5 pack that gives you an extra task. $5 for a Brachia core for anyone who's a medium spender is a good deal. So you can try to get this every week if you have the budget to do so. It is a good deal. All right, Mr. Ucron, tell us the next source of combat speed, and that is evolution. That's probably the most intuitive one, right? You probably have all of the combat speed sources in the evolution. Essentially, advanced combat, if you scroll all the way down, 250 combat speed is coming from here. Then you go to your T10 class and you get 200 more from here. That's 450. And then the assault soldier ants, and the first one that you have, the moment you get it to level 10, it gives you 20. That's 470. That's what we saw in Ucron. That's the maximum combat speed. It's not difficult to get. You should definitely have gotten this 470 because they are early on in the evolution trees and are particularly easy to get. What's next? Insects. Well, insects is a little bit more straightforward. If you have an insect that is the newer generation insect, just get it all the way to 11 star and you have 140 right there. Like you can see mine, if you look at that, it's giving 140 combat speed. That's the maximum combat speed you're getting from these new generation insects. So that's great. If you have an older generation insect like devil flower, you can actually get 20 combat speed from this particular talent tree, and that's going to get you back up to 140 at 11 star. Keep in mind, older generation carrier insects actually gave you 6 extra combat speed compared to all other insects. That's something to note. That's not existent anymore in the latest generation insects, but the older ones do have it. I wouldn't switch to an older generation insect just for this purpose. The newer generation ones are much stronger, and of course you can actually get them for free, so don't get any ideas on this. I just wanted to put it out there. To Ucron, tell us the next source. What do we have? We have cell, gene, germ, and fungi. This should be pretty straightforward. We're going to put all 4 of these in one group and we're going to discuss them together. Let's go to our genetics, mutation flora, cell. You can see that I'm getting 50 combat speed from cell ascent. I only needed it to get to level 2 to get the 50 combat speed. Same with gene. You see it's level 2 and I got 50 combat speed. Same with germs, 50 combat speed at level 2. Again, level 3 doesn't give any combat speed. Same with the fungi, no difference here. So obviously, since they're all using bioessence, you want to break it down such that you're getting all of them to level 2 before you start upgrading them to level 3, 4, 5, because you don't want to miss out on combat speed, which is one of the most important stats. So don't push yourself to level 3 or level 4 until you have all of them to level 2. Next up, soldier reform bonus. 25 combat speed. This falls into the more expensive and harder to get combat speed bonuses because you need to get yourself to 20 stars on that particular class, for me shooters, before you get this 25 combat speed. Now, the thing is, you cannot go straight down and get 20 stars using these reform essences that are hard to get, right? You need 20 per star, but once you reach 5 star on this particular class, you cannot go to the 6 star until carriers and guardians are also 5 star. That's a little bit of a blocker. You have to spend a ton of reform essences to get to 20 star because the moment I get to 10 star, I'll have to make sure guardians and carriers are also 10 star. Then the moment I get to 15 star, I'll have to make sure carriers and guardians are also 15 star. Then I can get my shooters to 20 star. In other words, at minimum, we're talking 50 stars before I get max combat speed on my shooters. 50 stars multiplied by 20, right? That is 1,000 reform essences, and reform essences, they don't come that easily. For free-to-play players, you only get a bunch of them from the VIP store and certain events. Definitely not enough to collect 1,000. You can see that I am somebody who's very consistent at buying them from the VIP store. I'm only at 7 star in my shooter reform corporation. I have a long time to go before I get to 20 star. If you're a spender, this is a place where you can spend, potentially. One thing that you should consider, the best way to get this is to get the sticks, those hard branches from those $1 a day events that come every 2 weeks. Spend $5, get 1 hard branch, collect 10 hard branches, and then use them to buy reform essences as opposed to buying skins. That's going to help you a lot once you get that combat speed, because this is the most expensive way to get combat speed. All the others, you can actually get them far cheaper. This one, not the case. What's next? VIP exclusive bonus. This is a cheap one. Once you get to VIP 15, you already have 20 combat speed. Make sure you're prioritizing that. I got VIP 15 a long time ago, as you can see. If you aren't there yet, push for it. It is a good source of getting combat speed. And then finally, the mutation bonus. You can see he's getting 14. I'm going to talk about that. But then there is one more that isn't on Ucron because that's primarily carriers and some guardians have that as well. And that's special ants. But let's go to the mutation. And as you can see over here, once I get at least 5 level 39 mutations, I actually unlock this particular mutation, which is assigned to a particular ant, by the way. So it's not flat on every single ant. You have to assign it to a particular ant, and that ant gets combat speed. You can see at level 1 it gets 2 combat speed for guardians, then at level 2 it gets 2 for guardians and 2 for shooters, and moving along you keep on seeing 2 2 2 added to each of these in this particular order. It's a good way to get speed. It's good to put this on a specific ant. Let's say Ucron put it on his Rainbow Chaser, and the thing is that if he's fighting another person with 1055 combat speed, his Rainbow Chaser has more speed than the enemy, so it's gonna hit first, and that does help because Rainbow Chaser can do a lot of damage to the enemies before they even get a chance to attack. And finally, of course, there are carrier ants that are really good at this. They have a lot of combat speed. Like a lot of carrier ants give you 60 combat speed. That's a very nice amount of combat speed that you're getting. I know certain guardian ants like the Black Knight also benefit from combat speed. You can see getting 40 from here. And finally, there are some shooters that get combat speed, but it doesn't get added to the stats. For example, Nimble Tree ant gives you 150 combat speed for its particular squad, and then Weaver ant gives 90 combat speed to 2 random shooter squads, right? So these are other ways to get combat speed that's not listed. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful for you. Before you go, I want you to know you can save a lot of money using Aptoid with my promo code. Do check out the video I'm linking to the description of this video, or click the button that's going to appear at the top right of the screen that'll take you to that video. And it's going to guide you through the process on how you can take advantage of saving a lot of money whenever you make in-game purchases in the Ants Underground Kingdom. Do keep in mind you can only use my promo code for 5 purchases every 30 days. So try to prioritize the highest value purchases like $100 ant coin packs, and then you can buy smaller packs using the ant coins that you got without worrying about losing any bonuses. Keep in mind that if you are also prompted to add a promo code in checkout, do add it on checkout as well in case you are prompted to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.